In this video, we're going to show you how to replace the right side axle on your Chevy Malibu. This is going to be located under the front of the car, behind the front wheel. Let's get started. Using a 19mm socket, remove the 5 lug nuts. Remove the wheel. Using a 32mm socket, remove the axle nut. I'm going to put that axle nut back on, just a few threads, just so it's flush with the axle. Give it a few taps with your hammer. Be sure that the axle moves freely inside of the hub. Should be able to push on it and have it move. We're going to install a pull jack or jack under our control arm. This will push our ball joint up into our knuckle farther, preventing the stud from spinning while we remove it. We're going to use a 21mm wrench and remove our nut. Remove the nut. We're going to go down on our jack, remove the jack. We're going to put a hook around our pry bar. We're going to hook this onto the lower control arm, and we're going to pull down and remove that ball joint from our knuckle. Just pull our knuckle right out of the way. We're going to give our axle a few taps, and then pull it out through the back. Pull it off to the side, out of the way of your knuckle. We're going to use a large pry bar and position it right on the back side of the axle. We're going to find a good spot that we can pry off of. And in one good motion, we're going to give it a good push. You don't want to put constant pressure. Pop the axle out. Make sure you have a collection bucket under the diff. Remove the axle out of the vehicle. Install the axle into the vehicle, going through the wheel area. We're going to install the axle into the side. We're going to line our splines up nice and square. You'll feel it kind of key into place. We're going to use a soft face mallet on the back of our axle, and we're going to tap it into our transmission. Get it fully seated. You'll hear a good thunk once it fully seats. We're going to use a rag and clean up any of the oil that we dripped. Remove that collection bucket. We're going to push our knuckle out. We're going to get our axle lined up and install it in there. You can pull that control arm down. Be careful if you're pulling down and putting your fingers in between the control arm and the knuckle. There is a lot of tension on this, and it will just come up and snap into your fingers. Install the ball joint nut. Install a pull jack under your control arm, pushing up on the ball joint. This will stop our stud from moving so we can tighten our nut. Get the nut nice and snug. If you can fit a torque wrench in this space, go ahead and torque your nut to 74 foot-pounds, and then you're going to go 95 to an additional 105 degrees. If not, do the best you can. Remove the jack out from under the ball joint and remove it from the car. Install the axle nut onto the end of the axle. We're going to install a punch through the fins of the rotors. We want this to stop our rotor as it turns clockwise. Snug the axle nut down. Torque the axle to 111 foot-pounds. Remove your punch. Install the wheel. Get the 5-lug nut started. Snug the lug nuts down. Torque your wheels at a star pattern to 100 foot-pounds.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.